Hello. Chinese drama The Love You Give Me EP5. Due to Quan's special condition, even after the surgery, he still has to wear a heart monitor when he is discharged from the hospital. Quan felt uncomfortable because the kindergarten kids laughed at him for wearing this device. Joe Ruji tried to comfort him by telling him it was a gift from Iron Man, but Quan, being a clever kid, saw through it. When Min Hui heard this, she felt sorry for Quan and promised not to let him go to kindergarten for a while. At this moment, Hadi reported his work and mentioned that Min Hui's son, Quan, had been discharged from the hospital. He suggested that they could visit him on behalf of the Bluebird team. Xin-Chi agreed and even asked Hadi to buy some fruits for Quan. When they arrived at the hospital downstairs, Xin-Chi happened to meet Min Quan. Seeing him looking dejected, Xin-Chi asked him what was wrong and learned that Quan was uncomfortable wearing a heart monitor. Xin-Chi then went to buy some props and made an Iron Man's heart for Quan, which looked very cool. Quan was also very happy and gestured to Xin-Chi several times. Xin-Chi took the opportunity to ask about Min Hui's situation in the past 5 years and learned that she had been single all along. Xin-Chi got about it and sent Quan to Min Hui's place. The next day, wearing the energy heart made by Xin-Chi, Quan received a lot of love from children and showed a long-lost smile. He then recorded a video and sent it to Min Hui. At that time, Min Hui was in the Bluebird investment department, reporting on the recent work of the closely held company. After reporting, she talked about Quan's situation and then thanked Xin-Chi sincerely. Just as she was about to leave, Xin-Chi stopped her. Hada saw the situation and went out, giving the two of them some time alone. Xin-Chi mentioned what Min Hui had said when she was drunk last time, and he had got about it a lot since that night. They hadn't seen each other for 5 years, and the past should be put behind them, so he suggested starting as friends. Min Hui was a little surprised but agreed. Meanwhile, Kai Wenji injured her leg and went to the hospital for treatment. She was very afraid of pain and cried out loudly. Joe Ruji happened to be in the emergency department and took the initiative to take over the treatment, giving her a gift to distract her attention. Kai Wenji was deeply moved by Joe Ruji's gentleness and noticed that he was a doctor in the cardiac surgery department after learning his name. Last time Xin-Chi promised to send an Iron Man toy to Quan. He specially customized one from overseas and had it delivered to the kindergarten. Min Hui was in the middle of a test when the kindergarten teacher called, claiming that Quan had been injured and taken to the hospital. She quickly asked for leave and rushed over. Min Hui saw Xin-Chi in the operating room and was full of doubts. She quickly asked him about Quan's condition and was almost in tears with worry. Hada came over and told Min Hui that Quan was bleeding heavily and needed a blood transfusion, but the hospital's O-type blood was being given to a car accident victim. Min Hui became even more anxious because her blood type was not a match. When she saw that Xin-Chi offered to donate blood, she hesitated and said that direct relatives could not donate blood. Xin-Chi was surprised to hear this even though he had anticipated it earlier. When he heard the result, he was still somewhat shocked. Suddenly, the kindergarten teacher called and told Min Hui that Quan was okay, and they were waiting for her on the first floor. Min Hui then realized that Xin-Chi had tricked her and didn't know what to say. Xin-Chi questioned why Min Hui had given birth to Quan without telling him. Min Hui said that it was her own decision and had nothing to do with anyone else. They argued about it and eventually parted ways. Since Xin-Chi found out that Quan was his biological son, he couldn't sleep at night and fantasized about Quan calling him daddy. In order to get closer to Quan, Xin-Chi planned to rent a place at Min Hui's house. When Min Hui returned home and opened the door, she was shocked to find Xin-Chi in her home with luggage. She asked him why he was there, and he said he wanted to move in. If you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye bye.